Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the midheaven at 29 degrees in astrology. Now, 29 degrees in astrology can be a degree of upheaval, a crisis, and tribulation. It could also be a strong degree of very intensified ambivalence and indecision. I also see this as the full culmination or energy of an astrological point and sign. In this case, it is the midheaven. Now, also, I think this degree can be like I call it the inveterate procrastinator degree. The person may be notoriously late with things associated with the midheaven. This could be, it is the last degree. So I do see this as a very degree of tardiness and procrastination. Now, also, too, somebody that has this degree at their midheaven in their natal chart may have to have issues where they're constantly defending their reputation. It could be the public image that they have to constantly try to uphold and defend or what have you. And it could be a person, too, that might be involved in a lot of scandals. It could be the defamation of character, something that is reputation related. And it could be something, too, where this person might really just have very distorted, intensified focus on one's career and their recognition and notoriety. The person may be obsessed where they are in terms of their stature in life and social status. Now, they might not be able to get enough recognition and notoriety and exposure. This could be a person that may be really exceptionally obsessed with their reputation. It could be a person that is excessively career-oriented and very dominated by career matters. It could also be a person that's dealing with constant crisis situations with the dominant parent, which is often the father. This could be a degree, too, as far as 29 degrees at the midheaven. This could be something where a person may go through a lot of ambivalence and indecision over the direction to go in one's career and vocation. I think this could even be more emphasized and accentuated if this is in an indecisive sign such as like Gemini, Pisces, or even Libra. Libra might be constantly weighing the pros and cons of what it is in terms of their career direction. Pisces could just is just a lot of confusion in general. Pisces can go in manifold directions, and Gemini at 29 degrees on the midheaven could be a person that might have exceptional versatility in one's career, but they like similar Pisces. Gemini, basically due to their lack of Gemini energy could be about lack of persistence and restlessness, and because of that, and getting bored easily, they could wind up trying. Gemini 29 degrees on the midheaven could be somebody that goes from one career to the other due to the lack of tenacity in career-related matters and due to boredom and restlessness, I think. Now, also, too, the midheaven, again, is connected with the dominant parent, which is often the father. There may be issues with the dominant parent that need to be reconciled. This could be somebody that might have issues that are very frequent with that person. There might be a lot of squabbles with the dominant parent. It could be just general crisis issues with them. In some cases, it could be having to continually take care of a debilitated dominant parent where the person is just so consumed and strongly engrossed in the dominant parent's needs. And this is something, too, where, the sign on the cusp of the 10th house at 29 degrees or the 29 degree midheaven can be important as well, as this could impact the delineation and interpretation. Now, if the sign is Gemini, for example, this could be a person that may have to go through a variety of things career-wise and might put tremendous energy into this, very distorted energy, being it's 29 degrees, but may dissipate oneself through lack of a unifying purpose and go through many crisis situations due to that lack of persistence. And it could be also dealing with maybe a lot of crisis issues due to gossiping that might affect one's reputation and public image as well. Now, let's take another example. Now, let's say that somebody has 29 degrees Aquarius on the midheaven. This could be a person that might really have to be dealing constantly with some eccentric or unpredictable dominant parent. It could be a dominant parent that might have very strong, erratic, unpredictable, sporadic behavior. In some cases, it could be an actual Aquarius sun, moon, or ascendant person they're dealing with, or someone that embodies Aquarius-like characteristics. And it could be where this person has to have a lot of issues that need to be resolved with that dominant parent, which is often the father. Now, could also be, and again, this could be too, again, continuing to talk about, as an example, 29 degrees Aquarius midheaven. This could be a person that may have a very public image or reputation being with exceptionally eccentric, unorthodox, or even seen as bizarre or weird. And in some cases, there may be an overwhelming rebellious attitude and in career matters that may really, where the person might have very strong ramifications and repercussions that he or she may have to face. It's funny because I have actually Aquarius 1 degree on my midheaven, and I've been seen, by some people, not necessarily in a malicious or derogatory way, but that was seen as a little bit bizarre by some people. So I'm just wondering what would people be thinking of me if I had my midheaven at 29 degrees. At 29 degrees Aquarius, which I see, of course, again, as the full culmination and energy of the sign and astrological position. So anyway, another thing about this. Now, it's also important to look at the aspects this makes to points in your chart, as this could impact the delineation and interpretation. Now, let's say somebody that has 29 degrees on the midheaven, if it makes predominantly positive aspects to points in your natal chart, well, this could be a person that may put a lot of focus and attention on their career and perhaps really flourish in these areas and be able to attain very strong social status, stature in life, and perhaps even strong notoriety, recognition, and exposure, perhaps for something they're doing in connection with the midheaven sign. Now, also, but at the same time, and it could really be, now if there's, and also if there's any issues with the dominant parent, which is often the father, or authority figures, they could have it should be a greater propensity to have those issues reconciled more so than if there was a lot of adverse aspects that were made to this 29th degree. Now, and also I'm looking at this, and also if there's any kind of slander or defamation of character, the person may have a much better chance of emerging victorious, or maybe have less issues that are connected with this, and just it could be somebody that just thrives on having a very good and tremendous reputation. Now, however, if the opposites, or let's say if mainly adverse aspects are made to that 29 degree midheaven, this could be a person that might go through continual scandals and things that affect their public image and reputation. There could be defamation of character situations, many of them going on. It could be somebody that faces very strong adversity and tribulation in matters with the dominant parent, authority figures. And it could be somebody that might put so much emphasis on their career matters and really, and at the not just doing that, in stature in life, it still could be a person that emphasizes that strongly, but there may be many more roadblocks and obstacles that are connected with this. Now, and also too, now especially, I stated before, as far as many issues with the dominant parent, often the father, a lot of that, especially depending on how your chart is, if you have Saturn and or the sun very afflicted in one's chart, then this could accentuate and emphasize this propensity, I believe. Now, let's take some specific aspect examples of the 29-degree midheaven. Let's say that somebody with the midheaven at 29 degrees, it makes an adverse aspect to the sun or their Mars in their natal chart. Now, this could be a person that is so strongly dominated and fixated perhaps by career matters that it could actually take more of a toll on a person's energy and vitality. If it's the sun, it may be more a conflict with the career in terms of the career and in the basic wants. Now, if it's Mars, it could indicate taking there'd be an issue perhaps in taking action in areas that may be connected with the sign Mars is in and the house that it may reside in and the person's sexual life. It could be something where the person's career matters and just trying to attain greater stature in life and notoriety that might it might conflict with the person's sexual life and maybe even taking action in matters connected with the sign and house that Mars may be in. Hold on a minute, people. Sorry about that, I'm back again. Now, anyway, let's take another example. Let's say the 29 degrees midheaven makes a sextile or trine to one's Uranus in their chart. Now, this could be a person that might be able to strongly incorporate ingenuity and innovation into one's career. That could be strongly emphasized, of course, being at 29 degrees, and could really and really that is something that could be very positive, of course. Now, and also, too, friendships may be extremely beneficial in terms of improving one's stature in life and social status as well, and maybe even in career-related matters. Now, as far as predictive astrology goes, let's say somebody has, let's say they have the progressed ascendant at 29 degrees. Let's say that it is in Pisces. Well, first in general, as far as a progressed ascendant at 29 degrees, this could signify the end of a career situation. It could be an issue with the dominant parent or reputation, someone's public image. Perhaps it could be something where somebody hasn't reached that pinnacle, maybe in whatever it is they were trying to attain. Anyway, and also too, or even an authority position may come to a culmination or completion. Now, or maybe some issue with the dominant parent. But let's say that somebody has the progressed ascendant hit 29 degrees in Pisces. Now, as an example, this could be the end of a Pisces, signify the end of a Pisces type career, such as something with the metaphysical, which includes astrology. It could be photography, chemistry, some pharmaceutical work, something that or working as a medium, something that could be Pisces related, poetry, dancing. Now, and also the public image might be seen in terms of maybe that was seen as being nebulous, might come to an end, and it might somewhat clear up for that person. And also perhaps a figurative, say, imprisonment or confinement, perhaps maybe in terms of maybe something with the dominant parent, which is often the father, or maybe even something related to a career situation, such as maybe just being generally fearful, saying, of moving on to another one, where one might have put oneself in their own kind of imprisonment and confinement, so to speak, as far as those matters go, may actually come to an end, or somebody that was putting themselves in isolation from perhaps pursuing some career-related matter can come to a conclusion. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the midheaven at 29 degrees in astrology. Stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be talking about, in my opinion, what I think the coolest zodiac sign is. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.